Welcome to the ENTrader instructional video. I'll be reviewing the ENTrader client along with its components and its functionality. After you finish downloading the software from the website, you're going to have a desktop shortcut. Double click on that. It'll take you to the login password page. It's the Economic News Trader login password page. Type in your login, your password, hit login, and then it'll take you to your terms and conditions. For the terms and conditions, please review, and then when you get to the bottom and you finish, click accept, and it'll take you straight to the Economic News Trader. I'm going to go over some functionalities on here before I go into an actual aspect of what an economic indicator is. The first thing is internet connection, database connection, and ENT service connection. What that basically shows is you have a valid internet connection, you are logged online, your database is connected, and a database meaning that you have an updated list of upcoming announcements, your ENTrader service, which has a data pump which pumps in the actual occurring news to trigger actual trades on the platform. So all three of these must have a check mark stating it they are connected. Under the file, we have a reload event list from database. If you want to refresh that, if you're having issues, so you can click that, it refreshes and updates all the news announcements. The second one is refresh ENT service connection. To make sure that you have a connection, it reconnects for you just in case your computer times out. And then you have a change ENTrader password. This is basically just, as you can see, it changes your password. You type in your current password, put your new one in, hit OK, and your password is changed. For setup, this is a setup local time zone, and why that's important is I'm going to go over something that's very specific. That time zone must match the time zone your computer's configured at. So what you're doing is basically synchronizing the software to whatever the time zone your computer is set, so that all these announcements are set to your time, so that you know when you're going to work, if it's 6 o'clock in the evening your time, that that's when the announcement is, instead of doing math and calculating what it is Eastern Standard Time. Because this announcement right here is 6:45 Eastern Standard Time, New Zealand high impact announcement, which is going to occur in 1 hour, 21 minutes and 52 seconds and counting. So what that means is, if your computer is set to one time zone, since I'm Eastern Standard Time, let me set this to -1, so that's an hour behind, and I hit save, it's going to throw everything off, because this announcement is going to happen at 6:45. See, now it just changed that this announcement is going to be in 21 minutes. Now, if your computer's not set to this, if your software isn't set the same as your computer, you're going to think that this announcement's in 21 minutes, and when it comes through, nothing's going to happen, because you have another hour before this announcement is going to trigger. So basically, make sure that your time zone is set to whatever your computer is set to. Save, and we're back in order. 6:45. Alright, so on the setup, we also have enabled 2-minute timer. And a 2-minute timer, that's just basically stating that in news trading, if you're in a trade longer than 2 minutes, it's not really safe. It is a volatile market. We can trigger trades and get in and out with some quick profit, but you don't want to get in and start trading longer term and staying in, because the market can go against you. So this 2-minute timer just pops up and lets you know how long you've been in the trade. If you're in too long, then basically close out with your profit and just wait for the next one. View list of economic events, and here's that example of a trade timer. So you can go in here and you can see how it counts down. So when that trade gets triggered in an hour and 20 minutes, the first thing when that trade clicks in, boom, you're going to see this clock pop up. You can say don't display this timer again, meaning you can click this off because it might be annoying to some people, but you can just look at the clock, know how long you've been in the trade, and it just puts a little more order and parameters in there and guidelines to follow. Alright, the list of economic events. Economic events, what we have here is we have basically the scheduled release. That means date, time, and basically the currency, the impact of the trade, and a description of the trade. So if we review this is April 28th, 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. The New Zealand currency pair, and the impact is high. When we mean high impact, we've pulled statistics from all the economic indicators from different economies and have come to the actual high probability trade, meaning that this trade is going to move 20 pips or more on average. So we're only looking at high impact trades because we want more of a profitable trading scheme than having risk in the market. We don't want these medium low impact trades to trade on standalone, meaning that if it's a high and a medium impact trade together, we'll trade the high and use the other one for a confirmation. But we want to stick to the high impact trades. We don't want to put too much risk in the market, and we want to take these high probability trades for profit. The description is a New Zealand trade balance. This stands for that the number comes out in millions. And you can read that we have a lot of high impact trades the upcoming 2 weeks, so it should be a fairly profitable 2 weeks. Alright, now we have our windows. This is minimize, maximize, normalize, and you can hit set me as top form. Set me at top form just means that if you open up another window, this window actually stays on top of any windows that you bring up. The currency impact description, that just came right off the list. Like I said, the currency pair New Zealand, it's a high impact trade. It's a New Zealand trade balance in the millions, and our trigger value is 0.4.